This is the QTV Nightly News and I am Loli M. Kamara. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. On Wednesday, President Barrow embarked on a day-long inspection tour of ongoing roads infrastructure projects in the North Bank and Lower River regions. In the wake of growing global trade tensions, the Chinese embassy in the Gambia strongly opposed the tariffs on Chinese exports to the U.S. during a press briefing on Thursday. The National Human Rights Commission held a validation forum on Thursday of the 2024 State of Human Rights Report in the Gambia. The government of the Gambia, in partnership with the World Bank, held a national consultation forum on the Gambia Infrastructure Project GIP on Wednesday. The NPP candidate for Half-Day Ward, Bartolome Bolo Koli, has expressed confidence in his prospect of winning the upcoming by-elections set for April 26, 2025. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Thank you for joining us. On Wednesday, President Barrow embarked on a day-long inspection tour of ongoing key roads infrastructure projects in the provinces. This visit focused was on the North Bank region and Lower River region areas long in need of improved road networks. Aliou Cisse went with the president and he now reports.
President Barrow began his inspection tour in the North Bank region, where he was warmly welcomed by local leaders and community members. Among the projects inspected was the long overdue 86-kilometer Hakalang Road, which has seen delays since its foundation stone was laid in September 2020. Significant progress has now registered on this vital route, which is divided into three main components: Bunyadu Kuntaya, Kerumbuguma through Medina to Bafloto, and Albreda to Fas Umar Saho. President Barrow also visited the ongoing construction of the Bani Salekeni Njaba Kunda in Badibu. From the North Bank region, the president proceeded to the Lower River region, where he also inspected the Keng West Road project, which connects Sankandi to Kemoto. According to Works Ministry officials, construction of this strategic route is now in its final stages. The roads in both regions are already beginning to transform local economies, ease transportation, and open new markets for communities. President Barrow shared his impressions.
We are here to inspect some of the roads that we target to officially open latest in June. And I said I have to come and see what is the progress so that we can do our assessment and prepare towards the official opening of these roads.
For years, these communities have endured poor road conditions, often affecting trade and emergency services, among other challenges. Residents say these roads now bring a renewed sense of hope and optimism for the future.
It was a campaign promise that if I win the election, I will definitely make sure that we build these roads. And I'm fulfilling that promise. We are almost there now. We are very happy with the quality so far because we have our people on the ground. We have our consultant and they are reporting to us. Their report is very, very positive that the road is good. And I think so far we have achieved our target.
The president's visit also serves as a performance check for contractors and stakeholders, with the president emphasizing the importance of completing projects on time without compromising on quality. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
In the wake of growing global trade tensions, the Chinese embassy in the Gambia has strongly opposed the tariffs on Chinese exports to the USA. During a press briefing on Thursday, Beijing reiterated its stance on the importance of fair, rule-based trade, while emphasizing its commitment to defending its sovereignty, security and development interests. Osman Jada tells us more.
Since the start of the U.S.-China trade dispute in 2018, Washington has imposed tariffs over $500 billion worth of Chinese exports. The situation escalated under President Donald Trump's renewed efforts for economic decoupling, although the U.S. announced a 3-month pause on some reciprocal tariffs. It made a notable exception for China, a move that has reignited tensions between the world's 2 largest economies. In a swift response, China increased retaliatory duties on U.S. imports to 84% and added 18 U.S. entities to its export control and unreliable entity list. Xiao Shangshen is in charge of the affairs at the Chinese embassy in the Gambia.
We Chinese are not troublemakers, but we will not flinch when trouble comes our way. Intimidation, threat, and blackmail are not the right way to engage with China. We will not let anyone take away the Chinese people's legitimate right to development. We will not tolerate any attempt to harm China's sovereignty, security, and development interests. If the U.S. decides not to care about the interests of the U.S. itself, China, and the rest of the world, and is determined to fight a tariff or a trade war.
In just 1 week, U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods have surged from 54% to 125%, with the latest wave targeting China's maritime, logistics, and shipbuilding sectors. Chinese officials argue that these tariffs distort global supply chains, violate free trade principles, and hinder economic development worldwide, including in the United States.
It attempts to exploit tariffs to subvert the existing international economic and trade order, put U.S. interests above the common good of the international community. As the second largest economy and second largest market for consumer goods, China is committed to opening ever wider to the world, no matter how the international situation changes.
Beijing continues to support multilateral trade systems based on WTO rules, which it credits for driving global growth and sustainable development. Amid escalating trade tensions, Xiao reaffirmed China's commitment to collaborating with all nations to defend fair, inclusive, and balanced trade.
China stands ready to work with all parties to uphold true multilateralism, jointly oppose various forms of unilateralism and protectionism, diffuse risks.
As tensions escalate between the world's 2 largest economies, experts warn that China and the U.S. must engage in diplomacy and multilateral dialogue to reach a mutually beneficial resolution. Prioritizing cooperation over confrontation is crucial for ensuring long-term economic stability and safeguarding the global economy. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, held a validation forum on Thursday for the 2024 State of Human Rights Report in the Gambia. Yafatugay has the rest of that story.
The comprehensive report, covering the period from January 1st to December 31st, 2024, evaluates the progress and challenges in promoting and protecting human rights across the Gambia. It highlights key developments, trends, and areas of concerns under various human rights themes, such as access to justice, the rights to liberty and security, freedom of expression, gender equality, and more. The report plays a crucial role in promoting accountability, guiding advocacy efforts, and informing policy decisions, while offering a comprehensive overview of civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights. Emmanuel Daniel Juve, chairperson of the NHRC, emphasized the contents of the report and its significance in promoting human rights and ensuring accountability in the Gambia.
This report, therefore, informs policy. It will inform policy and decision making. It will also raise awareness. And that's what reporting is all about. You report so that people will know. So raising awareness is very key, because once we know, and if it is evidence-based, then, as I said, it will inform policy, decision making, and it can be used to mobilize resources to support especially vulnerable groups and population.
Carl Frederick Paul, the UN resident coordinator outlined the progress made in promoting human rights in the Gambia. He also reaffirmed the UN's continued commitment to supporting and advancing human rights in the country.
This engagement have helped to ground our national effort within the broader international human rights framework. There are also ongoing monitoring of the implementation of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission TRRC recommendation. This work, as we know, is vital.
Our guy is a participant in this validation event.
I expect that after this validation meeting, we will have a more enhanced document on the state of human rights in the Gambia, and that all relevant stakeholders would be able to give their input, their thoughts and reflections on how far the state of human rights have gone, especially looking at 2024 as the year in review.
The National Human Rights Commission's 2024 report aims to shed light into the current human rights situation in the Gambia for the government, the public, and key stakeholders. It also offers recommendations for reforms and progress. The report is intended to serve as a crucial advocacy tool and a guide for policymakers, legal experts, human rights advocates, and the broader community. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafa Tugay.
We'll take a short commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you details on the 51 million World Bank project aimed at improving the Gambia's transport and energy sectors, as well as updates on the nomination process for the upcoming Banjul Half-Day Ward by-election, scheduled for April 26th. Stay tuned.
Premium Basalt, now back in stock. In an effort to support the rapid infrastructural development of the Gambia, GATCH is proud to announce that our premium quality basalt is now available at our depot in Saro, near Denton Bridge. Our basalt has been rigorously tested by both national and private laboratories in the Gambia and Cape Verde, ensuring top-tier quality for road constructions, concrete and buildings. Sourced directly from our partner's own quarry in Cape Verde, we guarantee a steady and timely supply thanks to the short shipping distance. We have 03, 38 and 816 basalt in stock to meet all your project needs. Every order is weighed so you receive exactly what you paid for. No guesswork, just precision. Visit us, GATCH Depot Saro near Denton Bridge, or call us at 457-4048 or 533-2009.
It is that time of the year again. The annual Taxpayers Award ceremony is back. The GRA will hold the 7th edition of the Taxpayers Appreciation and Award Ceremony on Saturday, April 12, 2025, and this time at the Coco Ocean Hotel Resort, commencing at 7 p.m. The awards is dedicated to our esteemed and valued taxpayers who consistently pay their taxes and duties on time, file their returns, present original and authentic customs document, present accurate declarations with the right tariff and classification, and comply with the provision of the revenue laws. This grand and spectacular ceremony will be graced by His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, cabinet ministers, senior government officials, members of the business community and development partners. A memorable night is assured in this year's award ceremony. Remember, GRA is your GRA. GRA is our GRA, collecting revenue for national development.
GRA.
Wow, saja. Ça va? Ça va bien jam.
Oryx, with you all the way.
Powered by Africa, Oryx Energies.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. The government of the Gambia, in partnership with the World Bank, held a national consultation forum on the Gambia Infrastructure Project, GIP, on Wednesday, aimed at enhancing the country's road infrastructure, transportation and energy efficiency. Momodu Gajaga attended the event and he now reports.
Stakeholders from various sectors, including the Ministries of Works, Energy, Transportation and Utilities, gathered to discuss their contributions to the Gambia Infrastructure Project, GIP. According to the organizers, the $51 million project, financed by the International Development Association, aims to enhance resilient transportation, improve energy access, and strengthen institutional capacity for delivering transport and energy services in the Gambia. Christopher De Serio, a senior transport specialist at the World Bank, provided detailed insights into the project.
On the investment side, a lot of this will be focused on road rehabilitation and upgrade, so last mile connections to the communities, and some of the urban roads infrastructure around climate resilience, but also access to public transport services. On the technical assistance, again, we'll be looking at some of the reforms related to public transport and possibly around fleet renewal of the Gele Gele system and kind of a greater formality in coordination with the GTSC.
The government of the Gambia, in partnership with organizations like the World Bank, is focused on upgrading and maintaining both rural and urban roads to enhance transportation connectivity. The initiative aims to promote lower carbon modes of transportation, improve universal access, and strengthen network resilience through investments in energy and infrastructure. Alaji Ba, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Works, Transport and Infrastructure, discussed some of the key areas targeted by the project.
The thematic areas for discussions on this workshop will include prioritization and selections of investments, screening and appraisals of selected investments and grievances, address mechanisms, among others. Infrastructure is the foundation of economic growth and social development.
As the Gambia moves forward with the ambitious $51 million GIP project, collaboration among key stakeholders from various sectors will be crucial to its success. With the support of the World Bank and the International Development Association, the project aims to significantly improve transportation and energy infrastructure, both access and resilience across the country. Mamudu Gajaga, QTV News.
The NPP candidate for Halfday Ward, Bartolome Bolo Koli, has expressed confidence in his prospects of winning the ward's upcoming by-election, set for April 26th. He made these remarks to reporters on Thursday, following the submission of his nomination papers at the IEC office in Banjul. And Sumana Esonyasi was there and he now reports.
Following the former councillor for Halfday Ward going AWOL, the IEC officially commenced the nomination process for candidates ahead of the highly anticipated April 26th by-election. The first candidate to submit his nomination papers at the IEC office on Tobacco Road was Bartolome Bolo Koli, who is running under the NPP ticket. Bolo, as he is affectionately known, was accompanied by a large group of supporters, well-wishers and NPP regional and national executive members, all celebrating the occasion with great enthusiasm. In his remarks to the press, Koli highlighted his competence and reputation as a respected youth leader, emphasizing that he is the right man for the job. While expressing confidence in his chances of winning, Koli urged the residents of Halfday Ward to support him in the upcoming election.
Coming here and then seeing a lot of people coming with you is something very great. And I think it shows that they really want me as their candidate. And that's what's giving me strength each day, definitely.
Why should they vote for you?
Because they know that I'm the competent candidate for them. I'm the very competent candidate for them. I live with them in Halfday, and I know their problems.
Usman Abuwada, NPP Regional Chairman for Banjul, and CDSK Njai, Deputy Spokesperson, both expressed confidence in their candidates' chances.
Halfday is a seat being won by NPP. For the past elections, since the inception of NPP, So we are not scared of anything because we know those people, they know us. So whenever we stood by them, they will give us all their support, which we knew we will definitely be victorious. So Havdai people is a family. I lived in Havdai for many years. The supporters also live in Havdai. The people of Havdai, they selected Bolo. Then they forward their name to us. We were lucky to have Bolo. If not, we would have struggled for this election.
The President and the National People's Party continues to deliver services to Banjul. We have uplifted the face of Banjul and will continue to do that because our policies towards social development and towards infrastructural development, towards delivering to the promise that we made to Gambian people. The people of Banjul and the people of Havdai are very confident and are very supportive of the National People's Party, and they are never wavered, and they will never waver come 26th of April.
With his nomination officially received by the IEC, and as he awaits final confirmation of his candidature in the coming days, Bolo and his supporters were in high spirits, dancing through the streets of Banjul, radiating confidence and optimism.
As part of ongoing efforts to improve maternal health and eliminate obstetric fistula, members of the multidisciplinary facilitation team gathered on Wednesday for a one-day advocacy training focused on the prevention, treatment and rehabilitation of fistula cases. Aissatou Barry reports.
Obstetric fistula is a serious condition caused by prolonged or obstructed labor, leading to a hole in the birth canal. It often results in continuous leakage of urine, stool, or both. Women with fistula also face emotional trauma, social isolation, economic hardship, and in many cases, rejection by their families and partners. Organized by the Ministry of Health, the initiative represents a vital step toward enhancing the quality of care for women affected by this condition. Phoebe and Aina Grant-Sanya, a reproductive health specialist, provided an overview of the key contributing factors to obstructed fistula and emphasized the importance of raising awareness to prevent the condition.
According to research in sub-Saharan Africa, one of the complications of obstetric fistula is because of FGM. Research mentioned that 15% of the women, because of the complication, contributing factor of obstetric fistula, it's FGM. We have other contributing factors as well, which is young age at first birth, because that's why we always say that young people should delay marriage, young people should delay even pregnancy. The main objective of this is to create awareness. We go back to our society, we go back to our communities, we go back to our homes, so that anytime you hear someone is pregnant and also approaching term, we advise that individual to go to the nearest health facilities for at least a better care.
Musa Kamara, the Regional Director of Health Services, explained the role of the multidisciplinary facilitation team in disease control and prevention.
Our goal or our mandate is to ensure that there is diffusion of innovation theory that takes a center stage in whatever we are doing, to disseminate information or make awareness at community levels.
Fatou Sanyang is the Regional Principal Nursing Officer for Western 1.
This ceremony marks the beginning of an essential dialogue and collaboration among healthcare professionals, advocates and survivors in the fight against obstetric fistula. As we know, fistula continues to affect thousands of women globally, often leaving them isolated, stigmatized, and without access to care. But together, through the work of multidisciplinary teams, we can bring hope, healing, and solution to those who suffer.
By equipping healthcare professionals with the necessary skills and knowledge, the Gambia continues to strengthen its national capacity to provide holistic and patient-centered care for fistula survivors. Despite the stigma attached to obstructed fistula, the good news is that it can be treated, including here in the Gambia. If you know someone with this condition, call 375-9415 or 370-95 63 for a free fistula repair surgery. Aissatou Bari, QTV News.
That brings us to the end of this bulletin, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. On Wednesday, President Barrow embarked on a day-long inspection tour of ongoing key roads infrastructure projects in the North Bank and Lower River regions. In the wake of growing global trade tensions, the Chinese embassy in the Gambia strongly opposed the tariffs on Chinese exports to the USA during a press briefing held on Thursday. The National Human Rights Commission held a validation forum on Thursday of the 2024 State of Human Rights Report in the Gambia. The government of the Gambia, in partnership with the World Bank, held a national consultation forum on the Gambia Infrastructure Project, GIP, on Wednesday. The NPP candidate for Half-Die Ward, Bartolome Bolo Koli, has expressed confidence in his prospect of winning the upcoming Half-Die Ward by-elections set for April 26, 2025. That's all for now in this news bulletin. Join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Until then, thanks for watching.